Yeah, hello everybody, welcome. It's Alex B and it's André Luther on the YouTube channel of the A-Team, and today we introduce you some daily events of rFactor 2, which is in the really mythic place of USA. It's Indianapolis, the Motor Speedway and the Ike Speedway, exactly. And in fact, in rFactor 2, you have two types of events on the online events. You have the weekly events and you have the daily events. And this one was the bronze daily event for the rookie class, but I must say it was really a top class because it was made with a stock car. So, and as you know, stock car, IndyCar are the classic cars who always go to Indianapolis in reality. So it was a great opportunity for the rookies, and I have tested myself for the first time. I must say it was my first time on the oval here, so which is quite impressive because it's one of the biggest oval of the world, so and the most famous one too. So we had to make 2 laps of formation laps, and then it was a flying start. Yeah. For the race condition. Then the average that you could make with such car is 1,10, and by the way, this is the record of Indianapolis. And Indianapolis at the beginning of the, to tell you, on the 15th, it was made for the Formula 1. So in the 1975, they have redo a new part inside, which is not the oval quad that we see here, which is the speedway for the Formula 1 only. But the classic part is the big oval. But the big oval is not made for the Formula 1, that's why it's with a stock car here. So, and it's really impressive to do this because the tribune can get till 400,000 people. It's one of the biggest motorsport places ever that can exist. Look for on a moto, somebody has made 132. Marc Marquez on the Honda RCV in 2015, for example. And the record of Formula 1 was Ferrari Barrichello in the 1,10 in 2004. So you see, the lap herself is only 7.5 miles, 12 kilometers. But it's who don't know the 500 miles of Indianapolis, which is one of the most famous endurance race, which lasts also 24 hours. So 24 hours like this on this oval, and you can get some till 260 kilometers in a record. So which is quite big, and in fact the curve going from 9 to 12 degrees. So, in fact, it doesn't come. Look, you see here you have a small accident here, yeah, and some people are on the side, yeah, because it's really hard. In fact, first you have to hold the line. In fact, if you are on the inside line, you have 2 lines: the inside line and the outside line. You have to hold your inside line, for example. Look, this is me here on this picture, for example, and I was holding on the inside line, and because if you go too much on the outside, you could kiss a wall, so which slightly happened. So, and must go to the box, but normally it's really works like this, and yes. It's really a good, as I say, a short one, but an intense one, because you have to stay concentrate to hold your line. This is the real exercise here. How to get your line, and finally can take over from the other one, which gets the line. You see, it starts at the beginning was really on 1909 exactly. And it was made first of those cars called the yard. That's why they were this there is even now this brickyard race, which are small cars, and it was on the begin finally. Formula One also on the 50s and 60s. Then the brickyards on the 60s. Brickyards in fact are the ancestor of the stock cars. So the ancestor of the new car of NASCAR. Yes, as you know, the oval is also used for IndyCar, of course, for all the kind of IndyCar series. So the Monster NASCAR, for example, IndyCar 500, of course, and IndyCar Xfinity, and also by this brickyard car, and the small variant is used for the small IndyCar and the Motorrad, and also the bike, in fact. So which is really good. And yes, you see on the daily event of rFactor 2, you have a big variety of events that are proposed. You have the Caterham, you have the Stockcar, you have the Formula with 4-wheel, for open wheel, namely, and many other variations that are give to you even as a rookie. So which make a big variety of things. Look on. For example, you have also a Porsche Cup, accessible even from rookie level. So, but later when you are intermediate, you can get access to more other things, which with Porsche 911, for example, or some other things. But for I must say, in rFactor 2, it's really made for every level. And mostly rookie friendly, because you are not stuck like in iRacing in one type of category of car. You can really get several categories, and even use the weekly race and measure even to the intermediate or the gold level. So which bring a lot, by the way, because it's really a big training. So on the weekly event, even as a rookie, if you buy the content, you can participate to a nice weekly event with any other people. Look, to tell you all, in the rFactor 2, you can really meet Max Verstappen, or who participates to the 24-hour virtual Le Mans, or also, yeah, I have made the experiments myself, Oscar Piastri. Yeah, you can really meet such people like this, who sometimes train or participate to such events. So you can really get to anybody, from profi to rookie, really anyone. Look at those big tribunes here. You see this on the it's really the biggest motorsport place that exists in USA, and probably on the world. Indianapolis 500, to go back with this, has started in 1911 already, and it was called the Marmon Wasp, and it was 120 kilometers in average. for 911, I let you imagine. Look at this. Wow, this is a big slide. Yeah, and the car stand on the middle. Yeah, and when you go full gas, you have to be careful to avoid this car. Yes, yes, this is what Indianapolis is. And in 1935, there have been 15 accidents about accident. So quite big, you see. And yeah, a lot of accident has become in here. And that's why on the 60s they have made some category where going a little bit less faster those brickyards. But finally, in 1975 was coming the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which is the High Speedway even, which is the one of the contemporary one. So it's really big. And of course, Formula One Grand Prix also on the Formula One Strecke. the Formula One parts, which is especially made for it. They don't take the oval on Formula One, no, this not. But look, you see me coming on this impressive box. I must say the box are really impressive because they are big and long. And at the beginning, you are a little bit lost to know for the height of the box, because in fact there is a long way, and you don't know if you should stay on the long way or you should out to the main piste. So it's also a question that you must solve when you don't know the piste. After, when you know where the out is, it's quite okay. But you have to stay long here and not, of course, not go over the 60 mile. This is also the other things, like usual. So you have not so much blue flag here because the piece is big. So normally you can drive quietly if you hold your line, of course. So never forget to hold your line. Here it's not about left and right, it's about inside and outside. Like on the piste for the horse finally. It's the inside and the outside, not the left and the right. Look, those tribunes are really impressive, and that can take 400,000 people for the big 500 mile of Indianapolis, which is one of the biggest endurance race of the world, together with Le Mans, of course, and Sebring, but it's still part of the classic one, and with IndyCar and all this. So here you see the Stockcar in full action, and it's already a feeling of sport can be 24 hours here, night and day. you can already see it here in small, and in small it's already something big, of course. So it was finally it has been in 2019 give to the new company Penske, but at the beginning it was a family who were owning this, the Ullman. Yeah, you see, sometimes you stay stuck here on the inside because it goes so fast that finally you have to hold your speed. But what is good on the curve, you don't have to slow down. You just have to go and go until the end like this and try to hold it. Yeah. So yes, as told you, IndyCar, NASCAR, Formula One, Motorrad, more recently, Formule BMW, America 500 Festival Marathon, which is a half marathon with car. Yes, a marathon with cars, of course, and even the Red Bull Race Masterschaft, which is with some Flugzeug. So you see, is also here. So there is a lot of things done here in Indianapolis, really a lot, and Indianapolis is, of course, near the city of Indianapolis, of course, which is Indiana in America, state of Indiana. Yeah, Indiana for Indianapolis, of course. So it's and you see, it's really interesting. It has started really at the beginning of this century to continue to the next century now on the 2000. And yeah, for example, I can tell you the first pilot was Carl Graham Fisher, that has started there, and many other one, of course, from the NASCAR category and all this. So it's really interesting. So you can say that on the book Golden Age of American Racing Car, you have all the history of Indianapolis, and even the Grand Prix Bugatti also. Like Le Mans has a Bugatti part, and there is some Bugatti part also on Indianapolis. So it's really interesting also to know this, if you like it. And yes, from the IndyCar series is one of the main things that can happen of Indianapolis, especially the NASCAR Cup Series, Brickyard for 4000, which are biggest one. And NASCAR, it's one of the biggest one with the strictly stock series that we see there, for example, which exists in 1949. It's the series that we have there. Then you have Grand National Series with Stop Cup, Sprint Cup, and many other one. And finally the Monster Series of right now. And but yes, the one you see there, it existed in 1949 with the Stockcar, strictly Stockcar. Yes, and of course many other series. And you find some Chevrolet Camaro, Ford Mustang, Toyota Camry, and with Goodyear mostly, of course. For example, you have Carl Edwards for the modern one, Greg Biffle who rides the Ford Taurus, for example, and Chevrolet for Jimmy Johnson. And yeah, this is what is the best ones. And honestly, I find this a super feeling to drive on the oval. It's a particular exercise. It's not like on the normal things. In fact, it's really that you have to hold your line and hold it straight till the end. And it's a particular exercise, of course, especially with a stock car. I must say, driving a stock car, I was experimenting on Le Mans together with André, and it was difficult with Le Mans. But, of course, on the oval, it's like much more sense, because it's totally for what it made, finally. Because Le Mans is not a oval. Yeah, it's also endurance, of course, but yes, that's why the funny fact of the exercise. By the way, we have a video about this if you want to see. And what Le Mans give with a stock car. Yes, Le Mans is possible in stock car. Yes. This, we have proved it on the video that you can watch on this channel. So, please tell us in comment. Do you like stock car? Do you like oval? Have you ever tried this? And or on endurance mode. Here this time it was 16-minute one, which is already good, and would give you already a small feeling of one can be. But 24 hours there, imagine, with the 3 different pilots, of course, and some different shift. Of course, it's a big feeling with a so big public like this. You see, on the game they have fulfilled the tribune, but it's on the reality it's also like this, night and day. Because the Americans are totally fanatic of what is NASCAR and Stockcar. For the Americans, it's even more than the Formula One. So, and yes, here there is not a special Le Mans car or P car. This is really reserved to Le Mans and Europe mainly. But for the American, I know that the kings are NASCAR and stock car, like these ones. So that's a big difference between Europe race and American race. Yeah, but 500 miles like this, it's something. And yeah, it looks simple like this to make just an oval and turn around, but no, it's not so easier like you could think, like it looks. I have even seen on the training a car just going on fire just next to me. Yeah, the car was going on the wall and was just exploding here. And you see there are 23 major accidents that has happened in real, you see. So you can imagine how dangerous it is. It looks simple and it's so dangerous. It's like in fact, the horse race parkour, in fact. A little bit looking like this. But it's not the same horse, yes. Of course. The horses are a little bit different here. Of course. But it's a little bit like this. But that's why it's also a big thing. And yeah, that's between American. What you prefer, American race, European race? Just tell us on comment. What is your preference? Stockcar are really nice to drive, I find. It's really interesting because it's a little bit like our touring car, but bigger. So, but a little bit stronger than the touring car. So, yeah, the traditional GT. They have also GTA, so which are the GT Edgar, but it's not the same. I must say it's more sliding when you use them. I've tried Indianapolis with this, but at the training, but I must say it was sliding much more. That with Stockcar who are very good for this kind of thing. Yeah. So tell us what you think in comments. So thank you everybody to watch us. Bye. See you next time.